EZCZ Collectibles. And today we're looking at the 1/6 scale towards heavy infantry Mandalorian. So, well, first off, I'm doing a giveaway actually. Join my giveaway. It's in the Mythos Boba Fett video. I'm actually giving away that figure. So if you want to see how to enter that, go and watch that video on rules to enter. But we're going to start off with thank you to Pop Collectibles for supplying the figures that we get here on EZCZ Collectibles, as well as Collector's Zone or Big Bad Toy Store if you want to do. Links in down below. So let's get to it. Heavy Mandalorian. Now, this is a pretty cool one. I gotta tell you, this is one that I was waiting for. I was pretty excited. I touched myself a little bit. I'm just kidding. Here it is. The box, obviously we know what the box is. It's Hot Toys box. I'm kind of getting bored of reviewing boxes because Hot Toys, when it comes to Star Wars, they don't change their boxes. So that's what it is. And here is the innards of the cover art. I love it because Star Wars Hot Toys always uses the actual figure in their art. And it makes it look just simply bedoozling. Amazing, badass, whatever you want to call it. It looks just great. I love the whole look of it. The art is a nice little pleaser. And some people I've seen, they really display it well inside of their details with the figure. So it's up to you on whatever you want to do with these things. And inside is nothing because I have to. And here's the big boy himself. Man, does he look... Oh my God. Speechless. I'm speechless. I'm honestly speechless as to how this figure looks. It is absolutely amazing how they crafted everything. As you can see, the Mandalorian Mythosaur is over here on his shoulder. A lot of paint apps, a lot of weathering going on in this figure. And it's not many accessories, but it's enough. And it's enough to make me say, you know what, this guy is hot. I mean, really good looking. So, with that being said, we're gonna jump in. I wanna go ahead and take a closer look into his little attributes or whatever you wanna say into the figure. So we're gonna get the camera here and zoom in a little bit. Doesn't he look nice? Isn't that beautiful? That's just amazing looking. As far as weathering and detail goes, from what Hot Toys has been doing, I'm really surprised on this one. This one turned out to be, I thought it was gonna be this big, basic looking chunky boy, but it's not. It has so much to it. As you can see, going down through him, you can see tubing on the titanium where it's bluing. His armor looks like real metal. I mean, I'm convinced for the first time it's real metal looking. And then we have the Star Wars Heavy Infantry base right there, and it's the flat base. It's carded. It's cool. This did come with a flight stand with the claw, which I'm okay with the claw on this figure. So I just left that in the box because I'm not gonna display it here with the claw. But here's all that what he comes with. These blaster little pods go into his jetpack, and then this is his Vibra Blade, which I'll get a close-up on that for you. And this is his Vibra Blade where he uses it against Mando and fights Mando a little bit on I don't know what planet, I forgot what that planet was called, but this is the Vibra Blade. And this is supposed to be like a Damascus steel type blade. And this is kind of flexible. So kind of be careful with that. That's very flexible. As you can see, a little bit more hands. We have a saluting hand, which we did see him salute Mando on his way out. And gun grabbing hands, a knife holding hand, a fist, another knife gun holding hand. So they have multiple uses in these hands. So that's pretty cool. They have enough hands, and then they added a relaxed hands to the actual figure, which is good. They have good amount of hands on them. So moving towards the back here, we're gonna see his jetpack and gun, or his heavy blaster. As you can see right there, coming up on him, he has a little skirt. I didn't even know he had a little skirt. That's a nice little addition. You have a leathery belt going throughout. And this bandolier, as you may call it, I don't know what you would call it, but it is flexible and it swivels at points. So wherever you put it or wherever you're trying to hold it, he does hold it well. And it attaches to his jetpack, as you'll see over here. It attaches to the jetpack on his back, and man, is that jetpack any more beautiful than the last jetpack I've seen, which is Mythos Boba Fett. But anyway, this jetpack looks very industrial. It looks tough. It just matches the whole look of this guy, and I really like it. As you can see, those details. Oh my God, look at the details in these weathering scratches right here, and just all around. And then you have the heavy blaster, which I'm gonna zoom out to show you the whole look of that heavy thing. And man, that thing is sick looking. This is kind of like a War Machine Iron Man piece because of its heft. And then you have the little 2-point sling right here. Right here, as you can see, this looks like a carabiner, but it's not. It's actually a little hook. But this is like a little 2-point sling that you can throw around him. It is very weathered looking, very nice, very well made. Not sure if this is on purpose, but this looks very beat up and weathered, and it looks a lot better than what they've been doing, which is like brand new straps. This actually looks weathered and nice. I like that. Certain parts on the gun blaster does articulate, like this handle right here. It moves accordingly to however you want to hold. And then up here we have the basically this foregrip for him, and that swivels that way as well. I'm not going to do too much because I don't like breaking my figures. And then moving up, we have more of the blaster, and then up and up and up. It looks like real metal. This paint app on this guy is just epic. I love the whole look of him. It looks great. And then working our way back around, we have him a little bit more metallic-y looking silvering right there. I want to show you the little mythosaur right there. As you can see on his shoulder, there's a mythosaur. And this guy is just chock full of details. I mean, you just look up close and you see these like random details of like damaging and scarring right there. You can catch in the light, which I kind of miss. There's some dents going on. His underbody suit, you know, I thought this guy would have had like a horrible fat suit, right? You know, I thought this guy would have had a horrible fat suit and we won't be able to get past it as far as articulation goes, but you'll be surprised as how fat and big and chunky this guy is, but he's not. I mean, man, just look at the helmet. The helmet right there, just alone. Oh my God. I mean, I'm really happy with the whole look of this guy. It's breathtaking. And it's fully worth the price. It's fully worth the price. And having this guy early from Pop Collectibles just makes it even better. So here we have more of his little scarring and going throughout. It's just beautiful. And I love his pouches. I love the pouches going on here. What we have here is like a vinyl mold, and it's not pleather. It's not pleather at all. So you won't have to worry about flaking issues or anything. We have more fabrics throughout, a little cod piece, and a bunch of stuff going on. And just look at all this detail again. Like I said, it's just full of detail. I love it. Just look at that beauty. It looks like straight up steel hard plate, you know, like a welder took a hard plate, and these do move out of the way for your articulation purposes and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's go over the articulation. I showed you the heavy blaster already. Let's go over the articulation on this guy because I want to show you what this guy can do. He's pretty impressive for the size of him, and I mean, a lot of people before this guy even released thought, you know, like he does have a fat suit. I can feel it. It's right there. This does peg at the side, like I said, right here. I can pull that off, and then there's the peg for it. And then it actually plugs into the back of his jetpack, and you can just kind of swivel it out. Kind of. It was easy to put in. Why is it so hard to pull out? That's what she said. Woo! So that was really hard to pull out. But anyway, that's where it plugged into the jetpack. And the jetpack isn't actually magnetized on this guy. The jetpack for him is kind of pegged in at 2 points at the bottom of the jetpack and then clipped in from the top. So what you do is you basically, first you have to pull it kind of off from these pegs very carefully and scary. So it is very scary to peg them little 2 pegs off. It was very scary. I heard cracking and stuff like that, but nothing broke. I'm just saying, it was just scary. And it clips off. As you can see, there's the 2 pegs and it clips. It just pegs on like so, and you just push it down and it pops basically into place. So with that being said, that's off, and there is the jetpack once again. Very nice looking jetpack. Extremely nice looking jetpack. I just absolutely love the whole industrial look this guy has. So as we go on, we have articulation. So his head articulates very well. It is on a ball joint and it just moves fine. It's nothing wrong with it for a big guy. He moves well. This Range Rider move at all? No. But it does move well. A thing that surprised me. He can do a lot better than Mandalorian did. Why? Why is it that this figure does a lot better? Because this is articulated, this is ratchet articulation. That I was surprised to see. I was really surprised. As you can see, it's kind of ratchety. And I was surprised to see that he has ratchets. I didn't know that we were getting ratchet joints with this guy, and I'm pleasantly surprised, and thank you, Hot Toys, for that. That just basically took his articulation issues out the window with this basically ratchet system that holds his arms in place, helps us pose to whatever we want to pose to, and it's just a simple thing that I think Hot Toys should move to for all their figures, especially figures like this or Mandalorian. Even his legs, or as you can see, are ratcheted. And knees, ratcheted. I mean, I'm talking everything here is ratchet. Bottom of the feet, if you want to care to see that. Everything here is ratcheted. So I am very, very, very surprised to see Hot Toys, look at all that, ratcheted. Hot Toys went that far as making this guy, this new body, a ratchet joint system. Now, given there's no to zero ab crunch, I mean, literally none at all, but it's okay because, well, maybe we can't move this guy around, but he is a big guy. And I don't think this guy was moving around that much. He was literally carrying big guns and just blasting it away. He wasn't someone who just does like Mandalorian did. He wasn't a gunslinger. He was like a heavy dude. He was a heavy infantry. He just comes in and starts shooting up the place. And I think that's pretty much accurate as to what Hot Toys enabled him to do. So with that being said, I'm going to give them a nice job pass on this figure's articulation. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I have to give it to them because not only did they pass on that, they passed on making the armor complete. They passed on everything as far as the figure's paint apps and execution on this guy, the art direction, everything on this guy is just perfect. So my biggest worry with this guy was the articulation, and that is over and done with. A lot of people were saying that too, yeah. Because of his fat suit, we can't move him around. We can't do that. We can't do this. But then again, taking to realize this guy is a big dude, and he's not meant to move around like you think he would. Basically, like Mando would, I guess. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with what we got here. I don't know what else to say. Everything about it. You just go into tiny little places like his gauntlets, where this little flamethrower thingy is, and it just looks simply amazing. As you can see right there, the bluing on the titanium looking output, and then you have the weathering and all that stuff going out through, looking like Durasteel, I guess, or Beskar he's wearing underneath, but painted. So it's just, the hands look like real gloves. I mean, it's expected from Hot Toys, but at this rate, when you get something perfect like this, it works. So disregard that the thing about people saying, oh, it's hard to pose. It's hard to pose because he's a big guy. He's a big dude, and that's just what big dudes are, you know? They're hard to pose. I don't want to give this guy a 10 because, you know, it's pretty hard to find a Hot Toys figure that gets a perfect 10. Now, the only thing I have to say, though, they gave a flat styled base with this if it wants to brighten up. It gave a flat styled base, which I'm not too keen about these bases because it looks cheap, but it's a nice platform for him to stand. So I'm kind of okay with it. And it came with a great amount of accessories, especially the jetpack and heavy blaster back there, as you can see right there. It came with a great amount of accessories. I mean, this got to be one of the best looking. Every time I see a jetpack, I'm just totally just astounded by how much detail they put into these things, you know? Look at the ballooning on where the flames come out and the plug and stuff like that. So I love it. Stuff like this, I love it. It's just a beautiful thing to look at. I just absolutely love this thing. So I'm gonna have to do it. I know a lot of people will probably get like upset, like, hey, like you just throw away 10s out of like, you know, at random figures. I don't really. It's just that this is a perfect figure. I can't tell you any other way of it being not a perfect figure. It's a perfect 10 out of 10. I don't know what more you would want from a figure like this. Just take a look at it. The base, everything, accessories, we have are articulated or ratcheted joints. That's just one of those things that it got me. It surprised me. And the amount of detail, as you can see, the little gas tube going back into his armor, and the armor tucked back in there. The pieces are Velcroed on, so if you want to move it around, here you go, that little mythosaur. I don't know if you guys saw it up close, right there. So if you want to move it around a lot more, you can take the parts off, put it back on to move it around, and it's just a wonderful figure within itself. It's way better. It turned out way better than the Mandalorian figures, that's for sure. Because, well, the Mandalorian, I don't know, there was something about them. To me, there was something about them. And I wish this would have been in my 2020 list because, man, this figure, he would have made my top 5 list. He would have knocked out someone and gotten in my top 5 list because this figure is just beautiful. It's so vintage and how do I say, almost this steampunk look to it because of the design of the show. We didn't see the guy much in the show, but because of the design in the show and what they're offering, Hot Toys really delivered. And I'm surprised Hot Toys went as far as getting details in as the assless chaps and stuff like that. So I like it. I like it a lot. And that's why I'm giving it a perfect 10 out of 10. There's so much going on, and when you look at this figure, there's so much to look at. There really is so much to look at. And it surprises me, just looking at it. It just surprises me how they executed so well in a figure like this. It just makes me happy to have something like this, you know, have it attainable and it's so easy, and it's beautiful, guys. It really is. And I'm looking, does this spin? No, it doesn't spin. But I bet this could probably pop out. But anyway, here's the little swivelly part on the weapon. I just love this figure, guys. As you can see, this does bend, kind of like a bendable, flexible vinyl material. Allows them to pose whichever way you want them. Just look at the paint apps on the end of this, guys. Look at that paint app, right? Just absolutely metallic-y blue. It's just beautiful. I love this. And then you have this, which I was pleasantly surprised by the quality on this strap to not make it look so brand new. It looks actually like used and rusted by him. So with all that being said, I keep repeating myself. What a magnificent figure, guys. I have to say, you must buy this guy. If you're into Mandalorian or if you're into Star Wars, you must buy this guy. It is just a must get. I don't know how to convince you. This guy is simply amazing. Just everything about him. And is he too big and fat and he can't move? Well, yeah, in real life, that's because how he is. But Hot Toys has enabled him to move more than the actual Mandalorian figure. So that's kind of weird, you know? But anyway, perfect 10 out of 10, guys. Hope you like what you saw in your company Collectibles. Make sure you like the video, share the video, send it to your mama, send it to your daddy. Push it in your butt. No, don't do that. Don't put phones in your butt. I think that used to be a thing, and then people get phone calls and pick up with their assholes. I don't know, but I love this guy.